Hi everyone. So for the July edition of Inspire Her, we have with us Lakshya Shivaramakrishnan, who is currently a technical program manager at Google and has led several notable programs such as Women Tech Makers and Prayogshala. She has received prestigious awards such as Women in AI Leadership Award by Analytics India magazine and has been recognized with the Lead Like a Girl 2020 fellowship. Hi Lakshya, we're so happy to have you here.
Hi, Anisha. It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, to start off with the session, could you tell us a bit more about your journey into the tech industry?
Sure. So I completed my engineering from Sir M. Visvesvaraya Institute of Technology. Went on to do my master's at IIIT Bangalore, specializing in information technology, and that's where I landed up an internship with GE Healthcare. After about 6 months of internship, I was able to get converted. Spent about 2.5 years in GE as a software engineer. While I was in that journey, one of my managers suggested that I do like a certification in data science because that was an upcoming field at that time. So I did that, and that sort of helped me transition into my next role at Cerner Healthcare. So I worked there as as part of the data science team there, and that's when I got an opportunity to lead the Women Tech Makers program for India. That just came my way, so it was tempting to say no. So I just took that up. Went on to do that for about 4 years. That was a very different journey, but there was a lot of takeaways and learnings from that. And then just 2 months back, I started as a technical program manager with the Google Pay team.
That sounds like that's really inspiring, to be honest. So, and also you mentioned about women tech makers. So that was my next question actually. So, one such program, which is Women Tech Makers, and for those who don't know, it is an initiative by Google that aims to support women in tech and tries to curb the gender difference that is prevalent in the tech industry. And you have managed and led this initiative. So, could you tell us a bit more about this program?
Yeah, sure. So, Women Tech Makers is an external facing program which is for all developers, all designers, leaders, etc. And Women Tech Makers aims to provide visibility, community, and resources, which is very instrumental in ensuring that all women in tech have access to some of these things. So that's the whole mission of the program. I think when I joined the program, more than about 4 years back, it was pretty much a clean slate. Diversity and inclusion was still very new there. And if I look back at my 4 years journey, I see a lot of progression in terms of where diversity and inclusion has sort of gone in the industry. So that's very heartening to see. But I think that opportunity sort of helped me build my network with other communities, with other community organizers, sort of really helped me introspect on what is the real problem, why are women dropping out, and what is it that we need to tackle that problem as well. And above all, I think just the experience of meeting people from different cultures across the globe, working with folks from various geographies, understanding different work cultures across the organization, they were all very interesting learnings.
Yeah, that actually that sounds like a really wonderful experience, especially I mean mentoring such a talented group of girls. I think it would have been really great. And Prayogshala was another initiative that I wanted to talk to you about, and I myself have had the amazing opportunity to attend it. So, can you tell the listener more about what Prayogshala is, and why did you feel the need to start it, basically?
Sure, sure, Anusha. Shinomics Fellowship is a 6 month mindful leadership fellowship for budding women leaders. And through that, we covered, a variety of topics from how do you live mindfully, how do you form, daily habits, how do you, live with keeping the environment in mind, and many more things like that. So I wanted to find a way to pay it forward because I thought this was a really life-changing experience for me. And Prayogshala was the medium which I chose to pay it forward. I deliberately, had the target audience to be, engineering college students, girls from India. And that was because I thought with a curriculum which was a balance between tech and applied skills education, it would be the perfect medium for them to segue into the industry. And I have managed to do about 7 cohorts so far, touching, I think, 120 plus women. So that is a very satisfying initiative that I have taken personally.
Yeah. And on a personal note, like when I attended Prayogshala, just the diversity of people was just something which I don't think I could have gotten in many other boot camps. And working on the project, especially, that was a great way because I'm still in touch with some of them, and it's been a really helpful journey. So thank you for that. It was really helpful. Yeah. And the next thing I wanted to talk to you about was the feeling of imposter syndrome. And that is something which many of us, especially in the tech industry, have experienced. So could you tell us about how can we overcome this feeling?
Yeah, I think first of all, let me acknowledge that we all face it. I face it too. But I think over time, you build the experience to sort of work around it. And one of the things that I believe is, talking about your accomplishments is like a muscle that you keep building over time. And one of this realization also came through the I Am Remarkable workshop that I attended. And I thought it was very impactful for individuals. I have been in sessions when I have seen people even like tearing up because they have never thought about their accomplishments and, reflected on them. And through that, I became an I Am Remarkable facilitator. And that sort of helped me, understand some of the ways to tackle it. It could be simple things like, just speaking up about your accomplishments, not ensuring, not expecting others to sort of put you on a pedestal, right? If you have accomplishments and you have facts to back it up, I think you should just say it out so that more people acknowledge it and get inspired by it. And probably you're also paving way for, other people to take some of those opportunities.
Yeah. And yeah, I completely agree with what you just said. And I think we do end up giving our own achievements very less credit than what we do for other people. And yeah, like the session, I had the opportunity to attend the session, and I felt it was really great because it truly allows you to self reflect on what you're feeling and your accomplishments. So that was like really great. So another common issue that many students in general, or anybody in fact, face is the problem of public speaking, and many people are not comfortable with it. So did you ever have this fear, and if yes, how were you able to overcome it?
Yeah, I think public speaking for me personally started very early, way back in school. To your question, there was only one time when I felt extremely nervous before a talk, and that was my first presentation, probably in school. But over time, like doing it again and again sort of gave me that confidence. I was also fortunate to have opportunities like doing a workshop with Speechless, which is a San Francisco-based public speaking coaching institute. And through the Women Techmakers program, much before I joined to lead it, I took part in this workshop where they trained you with some of the best public speaking practices and best practices, and then went on to record a 12-minute video where we sort of face the camera, get comfortable with it, and things like that. So I think I have had many opportunities like this, which have sort of ensured that I am not scared. But I think public speaking is one of the most dreaded things, and the only way to get rid of it is one, do it more often. And two, there are a lot of best practices available. Little things like, how do you look into the camera? How do you look into not just one side of the audience, but everywhere? Obviously, in the offline world, little things like that. How can you ensure your lighting is good? So things like these can be read about and sort of mastered. And the more you do it, the more you get better with it.
Yeah. That's some really helpful advice because I come like even I have public speaking fear. I've had that, so I think that I'll definitely follow up on that advice for sure. And the next thing I wanted to ask you about is the dilemma that students in college face, and that is the question of masters or placements. So, what is your opinion on this?
I think it's a very personal choice because there are a lot of factors like your financial background, your academic background. Do you have clarity on what you want to do? Do you have clarity on what you want to learn? So the path I took was to do masters right after my engineering. But I've had friends who've sort of worked for 2 years, 3 years, understood what the industry really needs from you, and then gone back to the institute to sort of pick up some of those skills. So I think it's a personal choice. I just took the former way of, finishing my master's and then going for, a job.
Yeah, it truly does depend on the circumstance. Yeah. And I think since we are almost out of time, before we go, do you have any message for the students that are tuning into the session?
Okay. Yeah, I think there will be a lot of opportunities that come your way. Just learn to say yes to most of them, if not all, because you never know what that one yes would lead you to. And also ask for what you want. Don't shy away from, asking for some of those opportunities because, yeah, there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I think that's a great message, and I, for one, will surely follow it. And with that, we come to the end of our session. Firstly, thank you so much, Lakshya, for taking the time off your busy schedule and doing this with us. I'm sure the listeners would have learned a lot and feel motivated by this. And finally, thank you to everyone who has tuned into the session, and we'll see you in the next edition of Inspire Her.